Yeah, well,
These are the only two that are here today that are paid. And they are paid in kibble.
They're paid in kibble, huh?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Well, they're doing better than a lot of people here, I guess.
Oh, most definitely.
What would you ask Scott Desjardins?
I would ask him what is he going to do to replace ACA if he has such a great plan. Because everything I have heard so far is basically they just want to destroy the ACA instead of trying to correct what needs to be corrected within the ACA.
There are so many things I would like to ask this man, but a big concern I have right now is what is he going to do with regard to the concerns related to the Russia connections and what's going on with this administration, and if he's going to support an actual investigation into those connections, because that goes to the root and core of our democracy. But there are just so many issues of concern. It's just not even. It's hard to encapsulate it into one question.
Representative Desjardins, when you did the repeal of the Affordable Care Act, did you lose your insurance? How about your health care insurance? Have you lost it? I don't think so. We want what Congress has. That's the only fair thing. We're not asking much. Just give us what you have. Yeah.
I got to ask you, how much George Soros paid you to say that?
Zero. Zero, zero. He didn't even pay for my sign. I paid for it myself.
That we are constituents here in Rutherford County, and we need him to come back for town hall. There are a lot of people who want to express what they feel is important for him to do in Washington as a representative of this district. What we would ask him if he were here.
You know, I want to find out more information about this new ACA plan that they just came out with in the last couple of days. And apparently, these folks that are coming back to their districts have copies of. Looks like there's a lot of changes, and what it looks like is that it's going to be on the back of the board. The cost is going to wind up being on the back of the board.
On the back of the board?
Yes, I want to know more about that. Well, what I was reading, the research is saying is that instead of, on ACA, your premium and your tax credit that you get, your premium tax credit that you get is based on your income. So obviously people that don't have a lot of income, they get more help. But under this plan, it's not going to be age-based. So that if, for instance, you've got, you're 30 years old, it doesn't make any difference really what your income level is. Everybody gets the same. And that's what they were saying this morning on some of the articles I was reading about it. So, I mean, that's
and supposedly these health accounts,
the health savings accounts,
and that's going to fall on the backs of the poor who do not have the money to buy those. So what kind of plans do they have in place for the 20 million people who will be displaced if they repeal the ACA?
And they're talking about doing Medicaid block grants. Again, it's up to the states. It's up to the states, the kind of services they provide, the kind of health benefits they provide. I want answers to all of those kind of questions. It's not good enough just to say, here's this plan. I want to know how it's going to work in the day-to-day lives of people, because that's really what it's all about.
And if they do repeal, what are they planning to replace it with? How long would it take before it gets through Congress? So people are going to fall through the loophole. I understand that they are making accommodations for pre-existing conditions. I haven't heard about lifetime caps. Are they going to remove those?
Well, that was another question.
Yeah. So we have a lot of questions about the ACA.
And whether or not there's going to be guaranteed health benefits in all the policies. Are they going to go back to offering health insurance policies that cover very little, but people get charged a lot of money for them? So those are all my questions. Yeah, I'd like for them to come out and talk to us about that.
And I'm interested in women's health care also.
Yes.
Because what happens if Planned Parenthood is no longer available? So many women who have no income or very little income are unable to get health care. Mammograms, pap smears. I mean, it's not just about abortion.
And earlier this week, the Republicans are trying to pass a rule that is going to disqualify, I think it's any clinic that provides abortion services that are not, they can be provided by somebody's insurance company or they could pay privately, but as long as they pay for them and they provide that service there, they're saying the federal government can have nothing to do with it. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
So we're limiting health care.
We have a right. We have a right. Exactly. We have rights that are protected by the Constitution, and they're trying to usurp it.
Who paid me?
Who paid you?
My conscience.
Your conscience paid you?
Yes, it paid me. It said you need to do this because it's
That's
important.
right. That's exactly right.
Scott Desjardins, you can.
Well, I think I would ask him to meet with any of his constituents, and I would ask him to consider some of the votes, that some of his own votes and those of his fellow party members. I can't imagine why Congress is trying to make it easier for people with mental health issues, serious issues, to get guns. I think that's a real problem. And I support the Affordable Care Act. I certainly think it should not be repealed, it should be improved.
I'm here to ask Scott Desjardins to have a meeting with us. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. They need to fix the ACA, not repealing it. We have to talk about women issues, the environment, civil rights. So we need a face-to-face meeting.
So who paid you to be here today?
No one. No one pays me.
As I was saying, I've got a laundry list of issues I'm concerned about, that I'm very concerned about the positions that Congressman Desjardins has taken on a number of these issues over the years. Notably, of course, health care, but there are noises coming from the leadership in the House of Representatives about wanting to go after Social Security and Medicare, the National Endowment for the Humanities, the National Endowment for the Arts, public broadcasting, all of these important programs that enrich our culture, and apart from the ones that keep us healthy, it's disgraceful that they say they can't come up with funds for this when they can come up with, throwing money away on a pointless and very expensive wall in Mexico, and the ever-present tax cuts for billionaires that are such a high priority. So, yeah, we're pushing back. And there's also this issue, which in so many ways trumps everything else. Let's have an investigation now into the undermining of our democratic institutions.
Scott Desjardins.
I would ask him to pay attention to the wide variety of constituents he has in his district, that there's a wide distribution of people here today that have views that are important to us. He's not listening to us, he's refusing to meet with us, he's refusing to hold being present town hall meeting instead of the crazy telephone town hall meetings where you don't really get to articulate your views. I think he needs to step up and listen to what people have to say to him.
Well, I'm here because I'm a little frustrated with the situation with the town halls, and I am a resident of Murfreesboro. I'm not originally from here, but I moved here, and I'm very excited about the community, happy to be here, and I would appreciate it if our elected officials would actually show up and talk to us occasionally. And maybe we could ask them questions like, hey, do you support health care for everyone in America or not? And if you don't, why don't you support that?
And who paid you to come here today?
No one paid me. I'm losing money right now.
So why are you here today?
I'm here today because I'm really concerned about what I'm seeing in my community. I think that it's absurd that we have somebody who won't actually talk to us about the issues that are not only going on here at a local level, but around the country. When we elect officials, they should be willing to communicate with their constituents. And it's very strange that a lot of them aren't these days.
We're here today because I think Scott Desjardins should represent all of his constituents, not just the ones that agree with him.
I mean, I'm concerned about affordable health care. I'm concerned about the education of our children. And I'm concerned as a woman about my own rights. And I don't particularly like that Scott DesJarlais, as a man, is has the power over what I do with my body. You know, why are you against health care for 1,000 million people? Why are you against women's rights? Because I think he is. I think he's a misogynist. And you know, why aren't you representing all of us?
And who paid you to be here today?
I am an unpaid protester. But I would like to know, I would like to say, why is... I would like to say, I am paying Scott DesJarlais to be here. Why isn't he here? I'm here on my own. Why isn't he here? Because I pay his salary. He should hear my voice. Don't be a coward.
Why are you here today?
Well, I'm here to show solidarity with my brothers and sisters in District 4.
Okay.
And to ask, where's Scott? He doesn't seem to think that when he has the weekend off for a recess, you would think the very first thing you would be just jonesing to do would be to actually show up in your district and have a town hall on the weekend where people who have to work during the week, who are not paid protesters, could actually meet with you and voice their concerns. But I guess he wants to hang out with his very wealthy donors and not with the people of District 4.
What would you ask him if
I would ask him if you are serious about a replacement to the Affordable Care Act, something you have been trying to destroy over and over and over for the last 6 years. Where in the heck is this replacement? And given the fact that you've been in Congress for a long, long time and railed against it, why wasn't that ready at the outset? So you have people here in the 4th District, people in Maury County, people in Murfreesboro, who may have even voted Republican, maybe independents who are now going to be kicked off healthcare, and you don't even have a plan ready. So where is this plan? And is the coverage going to be as good or better? And is it going to be the same price or less costly? I think that would be number one before you changed anything. So that's what I would ask him. In my particular case, I was not able to get coverage. Pre-existing condition, finally was able to get coverage. In my case, got my life turned around, started a business, started adding employees. And so, you know, I just think it's odd that somebody would make the argument that forcing people to struggle and think about survival would be, for example, good for business. I don't understand how that works.
And how much were you paid to be here today to ask?
I was not. Oh, sorry. I thought you were saying how much was I paying for healthcare. The question didn't even enter my mind because I don't know why anyone would ever think that. That would be $0.00. However, if there's this great protesting gig that people keep talking about, I would love to see where I can send my invoice. I got a gas receipt. You know, I stopped at Arby's on the way. Can I send you those receipts? Because I'm not getting jack.
I'm here because thousands of Americans are dying every year because they can't afford to see a doctor. And Scott only talks about either how great Trump is, how bad Obama was, or he talks about defense all the time. And I think that is despicable and disgusting. And he refuses to hold town halls. He hasn't in years. And I think it's important that people stand up. You can't see many people here right now, but we have been here for hours. There were many more. So I think it's pretty great, the turnout we had. And I think we need to get more people involved in politics, and we need more informed voters so that people like Scott won't be sitting in Congress. I would ask him what he's going to do about the people who can't afford to see a doctor, what he's going to do about reforming our prisons, what he's going to do about the homeless problem, and you know, how we're going to make America a more prosperous nation.
And how much were you paid to be here today?
I was paid nothing. I took out my time because I'm passionate about this country, and I feel like we are going in the wrong direction, and we have been for years. we have been going in the wrong direction since the 70s. Incomes for the working class have remained stagnant since then, since the 70s. And the working and middle class have been in terrible pain. And you don't hear the news talk about that. And I think it's terrible. I think it's terrible. Many people can't afford to see doctors. Not only that, many people have no savings. Just hardworking families who can't even save any money, and no one addresses that problem. And I think we need to focus on that, and it's not happening. So we need to get involved in the political process, and we can have a better nation for ordinary people, and not the 1%, and not people with just a ton of money. And that's why I came here, not because I was paid.